probably within the first month. We noticed that she would have these episodes where she would scream and scream and scream, and her body would contort. We were actually inpatient at Hershey. She was getting a brain MRI and colonoscopy and endoscopy and all this stuff to try to figure out what's going wrong. And we took her for a walk, and she had a seizure in the hallway. Probably around 18 months, we noticed that she would look like she had a stroke. So her whole one side of her body would go limp. She wouldn't be able to move it at all. Her face would be distorted. If you look at many pictures of her, you can see her mouth is like tilted. Again, it looks stroke-like. And we met with kind of one of the main doctors in AHC who clinically diagnosed Juliana with AHC. So AHC stands for alternating hemiplegia of childhood. Its hallmark is episodes of paralysis, usually one side of the body or the other. Sometimes Julie will say, "My arm is asleep," but her arm can stay asleep for 5 days. Many children with AHC have dystonia, which either can be like complete stiffening of a limb or contortion of a limb. Julie has dystonia every day. Juliana has what are called status grand mal seizures. So they don't stop, and they don't stop with drugs often. Juliana's epilepsy is considered to be on the very severe end, more severe than a typical child with AHC. He is a huge, huge trigger for her, and then not getting enough sleep. It's a vicious cycle. We've been very blessed because our kindergarten and first grade teachers just built such an environment of inclusion. So Juliana got the pink helmet this year, and when she came back into school with it, her entire class had pink hats that they had made. She does get frustrated, and she'll verbalize, "I want to go swimming like the other kids do," or, "I don't want to have your help all the time." I think so long as people are adjusting for her and to her and flexible, which they have been, I think she'll continue to do well, and I think she likes being with typical kids. The future for Julie looks bright because she is bright, but her motor function is declining. Her medical stability is declining, but we still see her grow. And so we try to hang on to those things, but the reality is always there that in an hour things could change. One of the biggest things I've learned is that life is too short, and the little things that we all worry about are ridiculous, especially when you have a child whose good times are so limited sometimes. You need to take advantage of those, and you need to make as many good times and happy times as you can. And so harping on something ridiculous is just not worth it, because we could be bitter all the time, but then you look at her, she's in pain every day. She can't do things that we want to do and things that we take for granted, yet she has fun, and she likes to sing, and she likes to play, and she loves Santa Claus and Mickey Mouse, and she's happy, so if she can get through all of that and do all of that, who am I to get frustrated over something so trivial, right? And she's taught me that more than anybody.